At the grid view in Atlas, select the gear icon on the right hand side, which will give you access to the number of images as well as some of the tags. I've been using 5 images, it seems to work well. And then select the Hamilton Fire Test tag, which is just down about 10 steps down on the public tag menu. When you select Hamilton Fire Test, it will only show images I have handpicked for this demo. It has a selection of rectilinear cameras, as well as a combination of 360 cameras, fisheye cameras, and a flattened version of that. A flattened version that breaks down the fisheye view into 4 quadrants that look at the 4 different approaches at the intersection. If you open one of the flattened images, you'll see that they have been broken down by approach, and there's a menu that tells you what each quadrant is. So top left in this case is westbound, top right is southbound, and so on. Going back to the grid, I have also improved the labeling of the 360 fisheye cameras. It will now tell you which corner the camera is on, southeast corner, and there's also a Google Maps embedded image link. If you highlight the link, right click on the link, and go to that website, it will take you to the spot where the camera is located currently. Then the operators can look around and get their bearings. They can figure out where that camera is and what they're looking at. I still see great value in the 360 cameras. I know they're difficult to get used to, but it allows you to track vehicles through the intersection as they make their way through the intersection. We also have a number of rectilinear cameras. Our system has a lot of cameras like this. They're not all online. We're not close to putting them all online. Once we have them all online, there will be a lot of images like this, and there will be a description that tells you what you're looking at, so that the operators at the fire department control center can figure out what they're looking at. This one, for example, is 403 off ramp at Main, and there's no Zoom capability, but we will definitely work with whatever needs other ATMS users have. If there's a need to zoom in the camera a little bit closer during a special event, we could try that. We could do that manually. There's a number of PTC cameras on the link that can be rotated if necessary. But for the purposes of Atlas, they have been set to a specific direction. So this one is the link at Upper Ottawa, and it's looking east all the time, unless there's a need for us to rotate the camera. And in that case, we would have to coordinate with somebody at the fire department COC. And finally, just wanted to show that we do have the capability to rotate these 360 cameras virtually. The images are not exceptional in quality, but they do provide one more level of surveillance. So if you click the eye at the bottom of the 360 camera, it'll take a few seconds, but it will load up some stitch images. Then they're still real time. They're still real. What you're looking at is within a second of what's going on in the field, and it allows you to rotate, see what's going on around at a very low resolution, but it's still the capability is there to rotate the camera around. And finally, we have set all these cameras on this particular test for the Hamilton Fire test. They're all set to 1 second intervals. So everything you're seeing here is 1 second from real time. So we're taking one snapshot every second. So there's no 2-minute stitch video here. Everything is continuous. One second, every second you get a new image, and that's what you're seeing even when you watch the video. When you watch these videos, what you're watching is fairly near real time video. It's every second snapshots, and this is allowed. It's only allowed because we have good bandwidth, because we're using radios or fiber optic drops. If we were using cell modems, like at a majority of locations on the link in Red Hill, we would have to throttle back the number of frames per second a little bit. And that's it. I hope this instructions video helps.